Hey everybody, it's Caroline from Sow-U. Welcome back for message number 23. And today's message is calcium actually comes from plants. So we've all heard to drink our milk and get our calcium. Calcium happens to be the most abundant mineral in the body. As we all know, it's mostly found in our teeth and our bones. And as we age, it often becomes a nutrient of concern because our bones and teeth tend to maintain less of it than they're able to when we're younger, less of the calcium. And also, as we age, we may have some conditions that cause malabsorption. I've had irritable bowel syndrome and gluten intolerance. Some people actually have celiac disease, and these are examples that cause terrible malabsorption of calcium. And often people with celiac, their first sign that they even have that disease, the first symptom, is osteoporosis diagnosis. So it's very concerning for many of us as we age, as we try to deal with conditions we had long before we got on the whole food plant-based diet. Others might be taking prescription drugs that block their absorption of calcium. So definitely as we age, especially for women, calcium is a nutrient of concern. The RDA for calcium in the US is 1,200 milligrams for women over 50 and 1,000 milligrams for men over 50. So this number causes people to drink lots and lots of milk. You know, we hear the marketing, milk does a body good. However, what we found through statistics and research is that the countries that consume the most dairy, like the United States or Britain or the northern Scandinavian countries, have the highest incidence of hip fractures and osteoporotic problems. So obviously, throwing more dairy at the situation is not solving it. And we know already, as I said before, calcium actually comes from plants. That's where the cows get the calcium as they eat the grass. The grass has pulled it up from the soil as a mineral, and then the cows have calcium in the milk. So obviously, we also can just cut the middleman, so to speak, and go right to plants to get our nutrients. And today I'm going to share with you 5 top sources in the whole food plant-based lifestyle for calcium in the food. Okay, source number 1. Leafy greens. Oh my gosh, we keep mentioning those leafy greens. I hope people are convinced to start upping their daily intake of leafy greens. High in calcium would be kale and romaine and collards. Also, broccoli would go into that category. So those are great sources of calcium. Source number 2 would be legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans. They're all excellent sources of calcium. So again, beans for the win. Get some legumes in your daily plate. Source number 3 would be soy foods, such as tofu or tempeh, soy milk, or edamame, which are the soybeans. Get some tofu on your plate. Source number 4, seeds and nuts. We have almonds, we have sesame seeds, and we have like the butters that come from that. So almond butter or tahini that comes from the sesame. These are great sources of calcium to add into your diet. And then source number 5 would just be some whole grains. Oats would be a good choice, or quinoa, or if you have access, a more rarely eaten grain is amaranth, but it happens to be very high in calcium as well. Okay, there's some 5 sources for calcium from a plant-based diet to get on your plate. I just wanted to add one more little bonus tip. Be careful with high oxalate foods that are otherwise healthy but might limit the absorption of your calcium. So those would be like beet greens or Swiss chard or even spinach. So if you mix those greens, say you're going to steam them, if you mix it with the greens that are already high in calcium, it won't inhibit that calcium. They just themselves do not provide the calcium that they have. They inhibit their own calcium uptake. So there you have it. Favor the leafy greens that are high in calcium and easy to absorb, and get some calcium-rich, whole food, plant-based foods on your plate for the win. All right, I'll see you here for the next one. And if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to this channel, and share it with someone that you think could use this information. Maybe someone else you know who's transferring to a whole food plant-based diet or is concerned about their calcium sources. Also, leave a comment down below. What are your tips for getting good sources of calcium in your daily diet? All right. Again, I'll see you here for the next one. Bye.